Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Racism, white supremacy is a dynamic system for the ultimate purpose of white genetic survival on the planet. White supremacy.
You are in an evil system, a system that is designed deliberately to produce evil thoughts, to produce animosity, to produce violence.
Introduction to African civilizations and man-garden civilization.
Master elements. Master elements.
We dedicate lives to the study of history.
They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation.
The right way is clearly distinct from error.
Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people who are competing for the ownership and control of resources, wealth, and power.
Master elements.
Peace. This is the Black Dot, father, author, writer, poet, MC, one half of the dynamic duo, the #1 father and son podcast, Urban X TV. I am super excited about the new release, The Master's Table, by Sincere Love to God and RP Beats. This album is going to be crazy. It's the follow-up to The Spear and The Shield. Already know what time it is. It's got some dope pieces on it. You're gonna love it. Also on the album is yours truly, The Black Dot. So you wanna go to the Masters RSVP and secure your copy now. They got a bundle package. You get a backdrop, you get a poster, you get the digital download, you get the physical copy, you get a hoodie. The whole process is really crazy. So RSVP to Masters RSVP, and you can get that dope album, My Sincere Love to God and RP Beats, The Master's Table. You will never be disappointed at how dope this project is going to be. Peace.
Have a seat at the master's table. We ain't asked for no seat. We went and built up our own. You see, it's rather stable. You got 2 eyes, 2 ears, you know the rest. Look, listen, and observe, but also respect. In God we trust. It's obvious. The money ain't the root of all evil, but lack thereof. That's why they deprive you of resources. Why they focus on streams of income, at least 3 sources. We certified, we solidified. And they say they created hip-hop, but all that shit is lies. Cause every element came before the development of what we callin' hip-hop now. It's all relevant to all the topics we gon' touch on. Spoiler alert, as you play this album, ain't no club songs. Boy, that hurt, but this ain't no conscious album. It's just that real shit, that Black God mantra album. I hope y'all feel this.
Peace, God.
Hey, Dad. He's so good.
Hey, man, I got you a new book.
A new book?
Check it out. Check it out. Let me know how you like it. I'll be back. Man, this Bitcoin, this Ethereum ain't doing nothing for me right now, man. Gotta find some new investments.
Peace, God. What you doing?
Peace, God. It's good.
I think this book is kind of inappropriate.
Inappropriate? Well, what's up with it?
It's inappropriate because look at these.
LGBT. Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
I accept your apology.
Man, it's a shame, man. You can't even find no decent books for you nowadays without having to have these difficult conversations.
I have an idea. Maybe we should make a series of our own book.
A book series? That is a good idea.
7 volumes.
7, I get it. 7 volumes. What should we call it?
7 the Super Hey-Roo.
7 the Super. Perfect. 7 the Super Hey-Roo.
And then maybe we could even make some bundles of it once we get to volume 3.
Oh, see, now you're thinking like a businessman. I like that idea, man. A foundational Black American children's series.
Perfect.
Visit www.godcastbooks.com and pre-order your book today.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
All right, peace, family. Peace. Supreme rising to the family. What's going on, everybody? How is everybody feeling this morning? Man, I did some old nigga shit last night, man. I had everything set up to do this broadcast so we could do the live reaction as we about to get into today. We could do the live reaction to the new Nas album. Nas and Hit Boy released Magic 2. And I wanted to do it, last night, as soon as the clock struck 12, as soon as the album hit streaming platforms and all of that. I wanted to give the first reaction, or my initial reaction to the joint. I did it for, I think, KD3. I might have did it for the first Magic 2. I'm not sure if I did a live reaction. I definitely reviewed all of them on here. But I think as far as doing my live reaction, I did it with KD3 for sure. I'm not sure if I did it for the first Magic one. But that's what we're going to do here this morning, man. Since my old ass fell asleep last night, I had everything set up, had everything ready to go. And it was about 11:30-ish, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, all right, cool. I got like 30 minutes before everything go live. And I went and sat down, and it was a wrap. And it was a wrap. It was a wrap. I went right to sleep on some old nigga shit. But I'm up now, and I'm here now. And so we're going to do it now. I still ain't listened to the album yet. I still ain't pressed play on the album yet. This is going to be my first time hearing it. I don't know if any of y'all who are watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay, I don't know if you had a chance to hear the album yet. If you did, let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the album so far. But this is going to be my first time listening to it. And if this is your first time listening to it, we're going to enjoy it together. You know what I'm saying? As many of you know, Nas is my favorite MC. He's the greatest MC of all time. In my book, been that way pretty much since Illmatic. It has never changed. The man came as a young man, you know what I'm saying? 18, 19 years old. He created that Illmatic album. He's the golden child, man. He's the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? And so here we are going on 30 years later. The man is having an unprecedented run right now. Him and Hit Boy have just released their 5th album in 3 years. 5 albums in 3 years for somebody who already been in the game over a quarter of a century. Somebody who was already laid down so many classics. Somebody who's already legendary and has such a legacy and a stake in this game and in this culture. To be on a run like this, we've never seen it before. Not in hip hop. We've never seen it before in any other genre that I could think of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could take this KD series from KD1 all the way to KD3, including the first Magic, and we're gonna see about this new one. But you could take this run that he's been on with Hit Boy, and you could isolate that from everything else that he did prior. We could just erase everything else he did prior and just look at the body of work that him and Hit Boy just put together over the last 3 years. And it's comparable to any of your favorite MC's catalog. you could just take the KD series, just him and Hit Boy work alone, and put that up against anybody catalog that you could name. It's ridiculous. It's unprecedented. We have not seen it. This is a one of one. This is a one of one. The chemistry that him and Hit Boy got once they got together, it's a blessing for all of us as fans. You know what I'm saying? We get to just bask in the greatness and everything that they've been releasing over the last 3 years. And so we're gonna get into this we're gonna get into this Magic 2 album today and see what it's really, really hitting for. But as y'all coming in the room, family, welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. Today I will be doing the live reaction to the Magic 2 album. And as you're coming in the room, I need you to hit that like button this morning. I need you to hit that like button for me. I need you to share this out on your social media platforms. Let the family know that we up early and we broadcasting live. All right. If you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you can be reminded every time we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love the Godcast. And this is one of those episodes, obviously, y'all know YouTube, it's kind of against the rules to play copyrighted music on YouTube and all of that. And so you won't be able to monetize the video, which I don't care about that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I think me doing these videos where I do play people's music and even sometimes my music, like our new album, The Master's Table, is copyright free, but the Spear in the Shield, when I play that, I have to submit a dispute and claim the rights to my own music and all of that stuff. And so I think when we do play music on the channel, this is probably the reason why we don't have as much viewership, why we don't have the subscribership that a lot of people feel that we should have. You know what I'm saying? Because we do great work over here. We do produce great content over here. We are very consistent as far as the scheduling and all of that stuff. And we have some great guests that come on and stuff like that. So I feel like, and a lot of people have told me they feel like, damn, we're supposed to have a lot more subscribers by now. We're supposed to have way more views than what we be getting. But I think it's partially my fault because I be breaking the rules and playing copyrighted material sometimes. And also some of the topics that we be talking about, YouTube don't like to, they be shadow banning certain topics and shit that we be talking about and all that. So I just think it's partially my fault why the channel hasn't grown to its full potential thus far. But this is what I like to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop head. Like I said, I'm a big Nas fan, and I know a lot of you guys are as well. And so I'd like to do stuff like this because it's fun. And so whether we get the views, whether we get the monetization and all that, that's irrelevant to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for a different purpose. And so this is what we're going to do, man. We're going to get into this. We're going to get into this thing this morning. And so that's the first Magic album right there. That's the first Magic album right there. Let me know your thoughts about the first Magic album between Nas and Hit Boy in the comment section, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay. Let me know your thoughts about the first Magic album. I was listening to it yesterday in anticipation for the new album and anticipation for the broadcast. I was just riding and listening to the Magic album, man. Man, it's stellar. It's stellar. The Magic album is the Nas. We got the version of Nas that made him who he is. Stripped down, just raw lyricism, high level execution on the rhymes and all of that. That's the version of Nas that made him the golden child, that made him the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go back to Illmatic, that's what Illmatic is. Illmatic is not a bunch of big top 40 singles and all of that stuff. It's not a bunch of big radio songs and all of that. Illmatic is just 9 tracks, just stripped down, banging ass beats from some of the dopest producers at that time, some of the dopest producers of all time, and just Nas spitting. It don't even really got like choruses and shit like that. The hooks are mostly just him repeating the title of the song. I represent, yeah, represent, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the song structure and all of that is not like something out of this world, but everybody knows Illmatic is ranked as basically the best rap album of all time and one of the best albums, period, of all time. And all it is just a stripped down version of Nas just spitting his dopest rhymes. And so that's what he gave us on the first Magic album. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about radio. It wasn't about collaborating with all these different artists and making these big songs that is going to play in the clubs, it's going to play on the radio. Nah, it was just stripped down beats and rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that made Nas who Nas is. And so that's what the Magic album, the first Magic album, gave us. And so we're going to see what we have in store for Magic 2. I mean, I would imagine it would be along those same lines. I see the track list for it was what 10 songs on this one, 9 songs, 10 songs on this one. I don't know. Let me see. Let me refresh this page. This is the first Magic joint right here. Let me refresh this page to see if we got the new release. Oh, I gotta go to boom. See what's up with this new release. And here we are. And here we are. Boom. Here we are. Magic 2. So y'all ready? I'm ready. Are y'all ready, man? We're going to listen to the Magic 2 album for the first time. And we're going to give our live, honest reactions on how we feel about it on the initial listen. And sometimes the first listen is not really indicative of how you feel overall about the album. Sometimes it takes a little while, a few times to listen to it to really analyze and dissect, you know, what's being done, to really form an opinion about the album. But the initial it's something to say about the first listen. There's something to say about the initial reaction. You know what I'm saying? When you first heard it, the first time you heard it, how it made you feel, what you thought about it. It's something to say about that, although those thoughts and feelings might change and evolve as you get more familiar with the album. But we're going to get into it right now, man. About to push play on this joint for the first time. Shout out to Nas. Shout out to Hit Boy. Congratulations in advance. I'm assuming this is going to be another one. Like, we don't have no reason to believe anything less. So let's get into it, man. Magic 2. And so, all right, let me read the tracks to y'all real quick. We got the intro. We got Abracadabra. We got Office Hours featuring 50 Cent. Now, everybody's talking about this collaboration between Nas and 50 Cent. I think it's been over 20 years since they collaborated. Salute to 50. Salute to those brothers. It's an interesting collab. I can't wait to see what they did here. Nas, for those that don't know, Nas was the first person to take 50 Cent on the road. Nas was the first major MC to take 50 Cent on tour with him. And then back in '99, I saw them at the Tunnel. It was the album release party for Nostradamus at the Tunnel. And you know, 50 Cent opened up. That's when he had a Rob was out. And I think Wangsta out? Did he do Wangsta that night? I don't remember. But I think it was How to Rob and Wangsta that he had out, or another record that he had out that he performed. Nas, of course, he did a slew of his classics. Mobb Deep was there. Who else came out? He brought a bunch of people out that night, man. It was a great show. The Tunnel, if you know, you know. It was a zoo in the Tunnel that night. Flex was DJing. That night, it was the first time that I heard the song Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel off of the Volume 3 album. What was that single? You know, 12 a.m. on my way to the club. 1 a.m. DJ made it erupt. The first time I ever heard that song was that night at the Nostradamus album release party. Flex might have played that shit about 5-6 times. The Tunnel was a zoo, man. You had to be there. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? But anyway, enough with me talking. Let's get into this joint right here. Oh, I didn't finish telling y'all the track list. After the Office Hours joint with 50, we got Black Magic, we got Motion, we got Bokeem Woodbine is the name of that track. Irvin Magic Johnson is the name of the next track. What This Really Means, Slow It Down, Pistols on Your Album Cover, One Mic, One Gun with 21 Savage. Now, we heard that song already. The One Mic, One Gun that was released a few months back after KD3 came out. 21 Savage had made some comments on a podcast about Nas not being relevant, and that turned into a whole big controversy thing. And Nas did the OG thing and linked up with 21, and they did this song with Hit Boy, One Mic, One Gun. And so it was smart for them to include it on the album because you get, for people that don't know, since that song already been out, all of the streams that it has accumulated so far will count towards the streams on the project. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people do that. Sometimes there'll be a song that already been out for a long time, and then when they release the project, they'll include that song because it adds to the streams that for the overall project. So that was smart on the business end to throw that on there. So let's get into it. It's loading very slowly, but it's loading. See what the hell is going on here. I'm not at home, as y'all can see. I'm not at the crib. I'm in New York right now. I'm at my brother's crib, and I'm using one of his computers. So hopefully this thing loads up. We just got the spinning ball right now. As we waiting for this to load up, family. There we go.
I am Bishop Don Matthew, chairman of the board of famous players everywhere. I am Bishop Don Matthew, chairman of the board of famous players everywhere. They talking about me, that's why I'm hip hop. When they talk about the cars, I got one slick outside. When they talk about the clothes, look at me. When they talk about the bling bling jewelry, I brought this to town. I'm the official, the original Don Dada. I make it official like a referee with a whistle. Without me, there would be none. I brought it to town when these guys was little babies. I was the #1 Mac in the country. So that's why I'm hip hop, because everything they rap about, I am about that.
I want to hear the new shit. A little something. I feel a lot of hate since I've been creating a hit.
Abracadabra.
I'm feeling a lot of hate since I've been creating a hit. I gotta say what it is. It is. It's coming in. They gonna try me, they on my body, no Illuminati. No way to describe me, no other word other than godly. I run it back to back to back to back, ain't no one beside me. I'm doing them grimy, yeah. I don't know what got inside me, yeah. Do-rag energy, I'm on a wave, you niggas cap. Give you the shakes like faces of death tapes. When that lady got hit on the track, I'm seeing black, so I got a black. The magic is black, magic is black. What generation don't listen to Nas, don't listen to rap. Spit on my platinum plaques. They probably spit on my grave for real. I split them like Puff and Mace for real, cause I got a budget to waste for real. Hit boy in the drum and the bass. Nobody jump on the stage. RIP trouble, but niggas is acting like they was some trouble today. Let's go. I'ma say what it is, I'm the one taking the risk. Y'all creating the hate, but I be creating with hit. Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Can't put a grade on my shit. That should be a shame of y'all list. I put some pain into this. I put my veins, blood, bone, soul. I put my brain into this. Y'all moving brainless. Anything to be famous. I'm a magician. You should listen. It's never the same tricks. 2020 when we did the first one, 5-hour run. Now the cursed one, it's a blessed one. By the time y'all hear this, we be halfway through the next one. Bless up. All the rappers we lost, I'm hoping they rest up. Back to my roots like Questlove. Still avoiding the extras. What will they say today? I came from carrying crates to Troy through various states. I'm doing what's never been done to this day. Even the great could be on a plate. Nobody's safe. Abracadabra, so I'm in half it, then reattach them. I'm doing magic. Can you escape? I gotta say what it is. I've been the one taking the risk. Y'all creating the hate, but I be creating with hit. Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Can't put a grade on my shit. They gonna try me, they on my body, no Illuminati. Killing them easy, God, I'm doing this thing as a hobby. I'm running it back to back to back to back, ain't no one beside me. I'm doing them grimy, yeah. I don't know what got inside me, yeah. Yo, yeah.
Okay.
Can you believe this? You are doing juju. Abracadabra, niggas.
Okay.
And you know what I'm talking about, man. It's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day. You ain't just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about?
All right. Yeah. So, yo, off top, the Abracadabra, different than anything in the whole catalog. Nothing in the whole Nas Hit Boy catalog sound like that right there. It's a whole different bounce. He got Nas in a whole different cadence, a whole different pocket. And I think that's why Nas is so prolific right now. The energy that Hit Boy brings to the table with his versatility on the production side and just the chemistry that they have as brothers, you could tell it just got Nas at ease and just comfortable. It's just easy to flow. I could relate to that as an artist. You have to get into a flow to be able to create at this level so prolifically. And so that was a dope track off top. I love Nas with that bounce, with that cadence, with that flow, and he's still lyrical. He's still razor sharp with the pen. You know what I'm saying? That's never missed. But these are one of those things where it shuts down all of the stuff, the criticism that Nas has received over the years about not being versatile as far as with the flow. Kill that noise. About picking whack beats. That should have been dead a long time ago. But yeah, all right. We starting this thing off right, man. Abracadabra. I like that one. Another one that everybody been talking about.
Yeah.
Off hours.
Yeah.
With all the hype.
Reason to stop. That shit just flowing like water. Let it flow. Bruce Lee said, "Be like I ain't water. Even thinking." Like water. It just goes. Don't even think about it. Hip hop's back. Esco, they know over 808s on fatal.
Hold on. Damn. Before we get started. Hold on. Because what he just said, he just echoed the sentiments that I just gave y'all about his working relationship with Hit Boy. He said, it's just flowing. You guys just got to be like water. He said, I'm not even thinking. It's just happening. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it is when you find that lane, when you find that wavelength with another artist, with another creator, where y'all two could just bounce off each other and then the songs just come effortlessly. You can hear it. And he's saying just that on the intro to this song. Like, y'all don't even got to think about it. Like, this shit is just flowing. You know what I mean? Bruce Lee, be like water. And as soon as the track came in, we didn't even get into it yet, but as soon as the track came in, you could tell it's a whole nother bounce. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, sample.
No reason to stop. That shit just flowing like water. Let it flow. Bruce Lee said, "Be like I ain't even thinking." Like water. It just goes. Don't even think about it. Hip hop's back. Esco, they know over 808s on fatal over samples. I go yayo, crack music like the Yates on plugged in. Jump on cables, track bumping like prenatal 70s. I play with Play-Doh. All I see a bunch of Fredos. Godfather, they on payroll, they on go. When I say so, not to kill. Not a halo, they gon' build. Plant tomatoes in the field. Not Ojado, white truck negotiator on the phone. Talking paper offers hours all day though. I'm from the hood that started the year. Go and check it, do your research. I started the surge. That big necklace shit. After the 80s, after I killed, I resurrected it. Chest is lit, freezing, I'm polar vortexing it. Now they quiz me, am I gonna step from the business? A lot of feelings in this game like I just left the dentist. Without a number needle, I feed the people cause I love the people. 2 series at once, yeah, let's run the sequel. If I really gotta dumb it down for some of y'all, that's that Magic and KD.
Yo, 2 series at once. 2 series at what? Are we still having this conversation about the greatest MC of all time, or is it over? Are we still having this conversation, or is it finally over, man?
At the same time, this ain't a Dumb and Dumber sequel. Jeff Daniels, Jim Carrey's my mans. But here's the plan, multitasker. I don't need an OG pass, see my trajectory is everlasting. Like Curtis Jackson, hit 105 and did a crazy tirade. I'm surprised that I acted that way. A baby Mac 10 on my yak shit. Carhartt in the cold, don't get confused or used or let them bother your soul. Rap what I live, I sleep good, I have no vendettas. We the reason you spell it wide with capital letters. Listen. And for those who want my position, you gotta step inside the time machine, come back with a vengeance. You should go study my analytics. I shout at people on verses that ain't deserving. When it's turf shit, I stand on business. Shout to the ones to whom I gave passes. Could have been a lot of graves full of caskets. Damn, I'm a good guy. For that, I think I'm blessed more. All these Fredos could have been added to the death score. They'll be second line dancing on St. Charles Street. New Orleans band was jamming, playing a raw beat. They gon' miss him sad. They say they stopped his heartbeat. Like his arteries for feasting on some hard meat.
In the zone, victim, stick 'em, get 'em, book 'em, good you got 'em, glad you took 'em, lacking wasn't looking, headshot, drill shit up the pole, peel shit 40 Glock, kill switch run, bitches still hit, rat back 'em, jump 'em, gun butt 'em, lump 'em, he fight back, then slump 'em, this shit ain't about nothing, you saw it, but you ain't seen shit. This is Queen shit. No ifs, ands, or buts in between shit. It's 50, nigga. You already know how I give it, I get on my bullshit. Niggas tweaking and gigging. Huh? Southside, nigga. QB, nigga. Yeah. So what we gonna do? Where Jungle at? What we gonna do? We standing here, we going out. Shit, we should go out. We rich as a motherfucker.
Escovado over 808, some fatal over samples. I go yayo, crack music like the Yates on plugged in. Jumper cables, trap bumping like prenatal 70s. I play with Play-Doh, all I see a bunch of Fredos. All I see a bunch of Fredos.
Yo, this is make me want to bring it back, man. I want to play this one again. I ain't gonna do it though.
I might put my next album out on G Unit. You let them slap you around out here. You can't let them slap you around out here. It's bad for the family. They put a hand on you, you put two on them. On them. Yes, fucking Fredos.
Yes, indeed.
One thing I hate is a fucking Fredo. It's bad for the family.
Oh man, I like that one, y'all. I like that one, y'all. Even 50 came in with a different cadence. Even 50 came in the beginning of that 50 verse wasn't vintage 50. I don't think we heard 50 like that. He tapped back into his own comfort zone, you know, mid verse. But in the beginning of the verse, he came in a little different. He attacked the beat a little bit different, and then he found his 50 Cent, his comfort zone as the verse progressed. But I like that one, man. I like that one, man. Office Hour is gonna be one of those ones that's on repeat for me. Tell you that right now. But let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Magic voodoo power, casting spells up on
Black
the
Magic.
trees. Yes, I'm kinda crazy since you niggas talking dirty shit. Black magic voodoo power, casting spells up on the trees. Yes, I'm kinda crazy since you niggas talking dirty shit.
She having nightmares sleeping next to me, waking up unexpectedly. Maybe somebody hexing me, questioning. Blessings on me, protect me from weaponry. Hoping she gon' have the same success and she don't let them in. I meant to set the alarm, she dreamt of all the whips. High speed chase, turned the TV on, I saw that shit. Dreamt she saw me bleeding like a true blood was cornered in. And it's crazy that I really woke up and bought them whips. Tapped her on the shoulder, don't believe it. Superstitious thesis, cause I'm amongst the demons. Cross on me, first time I got tatted. These cars I was headed, I'm accessing the damage like the whole jacks if I bands and how I slide out. Super squeaky, always keep my sneakers clean. Back home, late night, iPhone on D&D. Shorty sleeping next to me and it's not even sexually. I think she might be scared, she hope nobody put a hex on me. Black magic undefeated. Black magic undefeated. Nasty bitch, bad as fuck, don't ever try to play with me. And I got that trade in me to give your ass the vacancy. Never got a wedding ring, the life that she engaged to. Change cars, nightlife, that's what she a slave to. Now it's time to feed her, eat it up like every day. Evil in the atmosphere, let's hit it with the sage. Black magic, voodoo power, cast a spell up on the streets.
Yes, I'm kinda crazy since you niggas talking dirty shit.
Black magic,
voodoo power, cast a spell
walking
up on the
skyscrapers,
trees.
walking, yeah. No good deed goes unpunished. It's the bummiest, dumbest life, got bad luck in abundance. Look how happy these lanes be whenever lies get slung at the guy. Why they so angry like they wishing they could just run with anything when it come to now, the desperation it shows. Devil is inside of you, black smoke, black magic on your back is riding you. If I was you, I would watch who I give my power to. I don't make no coward moves, my solutions, fuck ton of positive is what I'm producing. Thought patterns convoluted, your witchcraft won't do nothing. My Jesus piece is too flooded. Rosemary's, rose Cubans, world addicted to black music. Black culture, that's black magic. It's way more than fat asses who chain bigger, who caught the fastest. New contracts, I autograph it. New haters, that's automatic. They ain't see this coming, they got hit with the new wave. Evil in the atmosphere, let's hit it with the sage. God in heaven, please protect the G's. Protect my ladies out there and the children.
Yo, and so I just want to say this. So far, where we at? How many tracks are we in? How many tracks are we in? 1, 2, 3 is really the third song. It's fourth track, but it's the third song. And this don't sound nothing like Magic 1. It don't sound nothing like the first Magic album. It's a whole different feeling. It's a whole different lane. The way that he's rhyming, even though the lyrics are still high level, the cadences and the flows that he's in, we never heard Nas like this before. It's not typical Nas shit. So far, that's where it's at. It's not no typical Nas shit. Like Hit Boy got him on some other shit. Like that shit sound like some 3-6 Mafia or something. I was waiting to hear Juicy J or somebody come on that. Right there. You know what I mean? I think that was a Gangsta Boo sample that they used, and I think that was Gangsta Boo. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a whole different energy. It's a whole different pocket. And I like it. It sounds fresh. It sounds like something that the youth, the younger niggas could get into too. You know what I mean? It don't sound like he's just strictly catering to his core fans, his core audience, people that just want to hear that Illmatic, that it was written. You know what I'm saying? I think, me, of course, I come from that. So far, I can appreciate these records. I can appreciate where Nas is at right now. Some people can't. And he talked about that on some of the other albums too. You know what I mean? Just the dedicated, loyal Nas fans who just want him to always do the same thing. But the thing about it is we could watch his evolution as an artist, and he doesn't do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't sound like the first Magic album at all. And you can see that even with the KD series. Like, none of the KDs sound like each other. They all different from each other. And it's like they got better and better as they went along. Now, so far, would I say that this is better than the first Magic? No. I would not say that. I'm enjoying it. It sounds fresh. I like to hear I like what I'm hearing. But would I say so far that it's better than the first Magic? Hell no. As soon as the first Magic come on, it just brings you to another place to understand who this man is lyrically. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you forgot, just in case you never knew, just in case you were sleeping. As soon as that first Magic comes on, you understand that you're dealing with the best MC ever. He's not necessarily doing that here. He's not trying to impress you and let you know that he's one of the best MCs. That's not what he's doing. He's letting you know the versatility right now. He's giving you versatility right now. Like, I could go over here too. And like I said, I feel like with this energy that they're giving us, with this bounce that they're giving us, it's something that us day ones can appreciate. But I also feel like he's gonna attract some new fans with this sound right here too. So, but before we continue on to the next track, a couple of announcements. So later on today, me and my brother DJ RP Beats are going to be on Judge Joe Brown show. Make sure y'all tune into the Judge Joe Brown show at 4 p.m. today. Let me see. Where's the flyer at? Hold on a second. Let me see. Where's the flyer at? Where the hell is the flyer? I didn't even post the flyer yet. I got to post the flyer up. Hold on a second. I thought I already posted. I'm tripping. Hold on a second. And so, all right, the Master's Table, DJ RP Beats, and Sincere Love to God. It's going to be on the Judge Joe Brown show today at 4 p.m. You guys could call in live to the show at 929-477-1167. Let me type that in the chat. The number is 929-477-1167. So you guys tune in today at 4 o'clock. Let me put that on the screen for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tune in today at 4 o'clock. The number's on the screen, 929-477-1167. Me and my brother DJ RP Beats will be on the Judge Joe Brown show. That's today at 4 p.m. So make sure y'all check us out for that one. Also, this coming Sunday, me, my brother DJ RP Beats once again, as well as my son Zelo, are going to be appearing on the Rappers Out of Control radio show on Sirius XM, Sirius Satellite XM on Shade 45. Rappers Out of Control on Shade 45 with DJ Ease, DJ Clips. That comes on Sunday at 10 p.m. It's 10 to 12 p.m. 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So Sunday night, 10 p.m., me, DJ RP Beats, and my son Zelo will be appearing on the Rappers Out of Control show on Shade 45 on Sirius Satellite XM Radio. So make sure that you guys tune in for that. That's gonna be live. I think you guys could call into that show too, but I don't have the information in front of me. But make sure you follow me. I'm at Sincere Love the God on all social media platforms. I will be letting y'all know all of the information and all of that when we're gonna go live and all of that. But yeah, Just Joe Brown show today, 4 p.m. and this Sunday, 10 p.m. The Rappers Out of Control, Shade 45, DJ RP Beat, Sincere Love the God, Young Zelo. So make sure y'all tune in, all right? More motion than an 18-wheeler on a turnpike. Appreciate you. Ty, what's going on, Ty? What's going on, Hassan? Yeah, Hassan said Nas is back. Yes, indeed, man. Nas is on some other shit right now, man. 5 albums in 3 years, high quality, like new classics. It's unheard of. This shit is unheard of, man. But let's continue, man. That was Black Magic. Now we about to get into motion.
Yeah. Test. Yeah. I might spend a week. I
like this might be a story or something.
Yo. I might spend a week at the Magic Castle. Presidential suite made of brass and alabaster. You could cast a spell, just backfires they satire. My geysers and I just watch it from high rises. Weird luck, cause when we fail, we only fail up. I tear up every time I see a mail truck. Know that check coming 500 a piece smoothly. And yo, that shit behooves me. They need to bring back beheadings. Guillotines for guys get whacked like medieval times. They not ready. When we touch, leave everything deady. For trying to stop us, you can't. Like my man said, we have emotion. We have emotion. We have emotion. And y'all ain't having no motion. No motion. No motion. Me and here, we have emotion. Have emotion. Have emotion. And y'all ain't having no motion. It's all over. Like when the show ends. Best friends chill by the pool, lay belly dancing, lamping, throwback sweatsuits from Grambling, Maybach trucks breaking bad like Bryan Cranston, black and white night dunks, them clean pandas. Duck the ashes in the ocean, get the shark high. All black yacht, we made it from the hard times. And in the era, Rivieras is my backdrop. Hacienda interchangeable, mad spots rolling dice. Shirts like Miami Vice. The women they wear the sin that seduce with embroidered ice. The flesh a vessel. I'm not obsessed with death. I manifest what's best. I'm ghetto tested, blessed. I'm having motion like an 18-wheeler out on a turnpike. My worst night, a motion picture box searchlight, 3-wheel motion. West Coast shit, nigga overdoses, imperial pistols ferocious, explosive. East Coast shit, motion like flavor that I ain't no joke fit. And I ain't gotta say a word cause they know I see angry rich out in Turks and Caicos. Maybe they too angry, that's why they don't got motion. We have emotion, we have emotion. And y'all ain't having no motion. No motion, no motion. Me and here, we have emotion. Have emotion, have emotion. And y'all ain't having no motion. It's all over, like when the show ends. Best friends chill by the pool, lay belly dancing, lamping, throwback sweatsuits from Grambling.
Like
Maybach trucks breaking bad like Bryan Cranston, black and white night dunks, them clean pandas.
I spoke too soon. I said he wasn't trying to impress y'all with the bars. I spoke too soon. That's one of the ones. That's one of the ones you had to remind niggas real quick. Nah, I still can out rap everybody. Still can out rap everybody.
212. Yeah. Ouch. I know some goofies that wanna scout me. Ouch.
Okay,
wipe out my accounts, leave me knee and mouth to mouth. But that just aroused my style. Then I party like I'm Tony in the South Beach house. Bars hitting like I'm still living couch to couch. Motivation for the trappers living ounce to ounce. This is rock star status, Neil Young with a bounce. I know that make you uncomfortable and make you say ouch. Snub nose like the Columbos and Bananos. Rum in the cup holder, hitting bumps and spill on the sandals and car panels. I drew attention with artistic vision. Make an incision like Alonzo did to Joshua and Jason's lyric. I think I caught the Holy Spirit. I put my soul in lyrics. Closed casket and we know who did it. ESCO, I'm in the pole position. Yo, she chose us pimpin', put the pain inside the music, cause I know they listen. Remember, I sat on Coogee rap couch, Draco Eater, we could have blacked out. He pulled the track out, thinking about what to rap out. Snapping like Krishan and Blueface, trading bars with the guards till they get the screw face. Ouch, I know that's painful, like playing hoops and sprain your ankles, or getting robbed for your Jesus. Your girl ain't stay true, that shit'll hurt you like a K-do. Being crossed by your homie while he ain't the same dude. I'm bent off good wine like Bokeem, Woodbine. Home reading the script, lighting up from a good line. Not no cocaine, this that crack though. She asked for my passcode, she got what she asked for. Ouch, I know some goofies that wanna scalp me, ouch. Wipe out my accounts, leave me needing mouth to mouth. But that just aroused my style. Then I party like I'm Tony in the South Beach house. Bars hitting like I'm still living couch to couch. Motivation for the trappers living ounce to ounce. This is rock star status, Neil Young with a bounce. I know that make you uncomfortable and make you say ouch, ouch. My viewers, they only do it for views. Knife in my back and I wear the wounds. Ouch, like razor blades and lemon juice. Ouch, I know it's hurting them how I move.
Back up to the gate to figure. Jump and sound over some. Back up to the gate to figure.
You a sniper, she a sniper. Ouch, that's a painful situation. Ouch, you know when they say jokes, but it be real. Ouch, you might take it like they hate. Pain pills can't even help you. Don't even matter if you're sedated. And you be swearing you that boy. Then why shorty got you waiting? Ouch, 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 ouch. Yeah, ouch. Shit, feel good. It feel good. Shit feel good, bro.
Nas is the most descriptive.
Feel good is that good type of pain.
You know what I'm saying? Like he paints vivid pictures when he rhymes. Like Nas, he very underrated as a storyteller, number one. But the thing about Nas is he'll tell a story, he'll tell a complete story in a matter of like 4 or 6 bars because he's super descriptive. So the whole song might not be like a story from the beginning, middle, and end, right, of the whole song. But he could tell a whole story, beginning, middle, and end within 4 to 6 bars. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just super descriptive the way he just details everything. But I think a part of the reason why he's on this run also is because now a lot of people don't realize now Nas is basically an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff coming out through Mass Appeal is his company. He's in a whole different place as an artist and as a businessman now. So now it's like he could work without the pressure of the labels wanting him to do this or that, go in this direction or that direction, trying to figure out how to market him and trying to make him fit in with what's hot right now and what wave he's supposed to be riding. He don't got to worry about none of that. He could just do what he loved to do and release the music as it is, and it's going to be received how it's going to be received. And he gonna benefit because he's going to receive the lion's share of whatever those sales and everything does for him. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole nother legacy that he's going to be able to pass down to his son and his daughter and all of that by creating this brand new catalog, you know what I mean, to go with who he already is. Nasir Jones, man, let's go.
On my Urban Magic Johnson, I'm enterprising. I keep it ghetto like the hood before they gentrified it. I might burn this bitch down, left eye Andre rising. I can't trust you built for Cuban links unless we tied in. Shout to Ray and Ghost. Can it be all so simple? One of my favorite quotes from 42nd Street. Days of Pips wearing suede loafs. That McDonald's is still there where we had to trade blows. Then I stood on stages. Australia on occasion. Country club, House of Blues, stadium status. Hands waving. Hip Hop 50 celebration. Funny we the same age and we just keep on getting iller. Word to heavy, word to dilla. Word to have, word to dealer, Milk D. I'm top billing, cooking soul, grab my skillet, and they rearrange my quotes, trying to make me out the villain. Have you jammed up like what you spread on toast? Here's a dose.
I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I gotta start this one over. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta start. This one is Urban Magic Johnson. I like some of the shit that he's saying on here already. I got to bring this back. There's a couple of things that he mentioned already. You know what I'm saying? But that last thing that he just said, and I didn't think a lot of people caught this. I think I did a post about it, or I might have talked about it on Sincere Love the Godcast. But recently, it was a couple of months back. But was it on the Spider-Man soundtrack? Because he got a song with Metro Boomin on that new Spider-Man soundtrack. Was it that song? Or was it something that he said on a collab with somebody? He did a collab with somebody. I forgot what it was. But Nas says something about him feeling bad about having to go on the road and not being there for his kids. He says something like that, right? Not being able to be the father that he could have been if he was able to spend more time with his children. He says something like that in one of his recent verses. And then the media try to spin that and say, and make it seem like he was just a bad parent. They try to spin that and say, oh, Nas admits to being a deadbeat dad type shit. That's how the media spun it. You know what I mean? But that's not even what he was saying. He was just having a vulnerable moment where he was saying, damn, I might have missed, certain important parts of your life because I had to do what I do as an artist. I had to go on the road or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? This lifestyle took me away from some certain moments that I wish I could have spent with my kids. Which, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people go through that. You could be in the army and go through that. You know what I'm saying? You could be a truck driver and go through that. You know what I'm saying? And so that doesn't make you a bad parent. But when he said that, he just had a vulnerable moment, just speaking real. And the media try to use that to villainize him and to demonize him. And the media has always been at war with Nas. Y'all got to understand the reason why Nas doesn't get his full credit that he's supposed to receive is because the media has always been against Nas, particularly the hip hop media. They have been at war with Nas his entire career. Nas is not supposed to be here right now. Never mind doing the shit that he's doing on the level that he's doing it right now. Nas was never supposed to make it this far as an artist. Nas has succeeded against all odds for a number of reasons. He never went with what was popular. He always went against the grain as far as his sound, as far as his topics and his content and stuff that he chose to talk about in the songs and in the lyrics. Also, he mentioned on one of the songs earlier how he went to war with the radio stations. You know what I'm saying? He went to war with Hot 97. Hot 97, you know what I'm saying? Most artists, you need them to play your records. So you're not going to go against them. This nigga went to war with them. And he the reason why Power 105 blew up. You know what I'm saying? Really, you got to give Nas credit for blowing up Power 105 because they was just really coming out when he had that situation with Hot 97, and then he went over to Power 105 and he was going in on the radio. He was going in on their rival radio station, and he was going in on a lot of people at that time. Nas was just going in. He was going in when he did like Source covers and Double XL covers. He was going in on them, even though he was the featured cover for that month's subscription or whatever. That month's what do you call it? He's on the cover of the Double XL, but he's burning a whole bunch of Double XLs, basically saying, fuck the media, y'all niggas ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So he always been going against the grain with a lot of shit where most artists don't survive that. You know what I'm saying? Most artists can't survive just on lyricism alone. You have to cater to the mainstream and kiss ass and shuck and jive and all of that shit. He never did it. And he still remains successful all throughout his career. And now he's on this unprecedented run. But I like that he mentioned that. And he mentioned a couple other things. But let's listen to this again, man. Let's listen to this again. He's saying some real shit on here.
On my Irvin Magic Johnson, I'm enterprising. I keep it ghetto like the hood before they gentrified it. I might burn this bitch down, left eye Andre rising. I can't trust you built for Cuban links unless we tied in. Shout to Ray and Ghost. Can it be all so simple? One of my favorite quotes from 42nd Street. Days of Pips wearing suede loafs. That McDonald's is still there where we had to trade blows. Then I stood on stages. Australia on occasion. Country club, House of Blues, stadium status. Hands waving. Hip Hop 50 celebration. Funny we the same age and we just keep on getting iller. Word to heavy, word to Dilla. Word to have, word to dealer, Milk D. I'm top billing, cooked and sold. Grab my skillet and they rearrange my quotes. Trying to make me out the villain. Have you jammed up like what you spread on toast. Here's a dose of that interesting poetry. Others wishing they wrote. We don't smell y'all smoke, y'all should try a different approach. Word to have, word to dealer, overweight. Pockets for my niggas till the scales tipping. Get it? On my Urban Magic Johnson, I'm enterprising. I keep it ghetto like the hood before they gentrified it. I might burn this bitch down, left eye Andre rising. I can't trust you built for Cuban links unless we tied in. I can't trust you built for Cuban links unless we tied in. I can't trust you built for none of this unless we tied in. Family ties, squad ties, money ties, suit and ties, shoes tied, ready to ride, choose a side. Thought I told you on the tie that we was surfing. And you know I'm down for my niggas free C murder. Fuck the chat, you know that I'm about my mathematics. When you run up mad numbers, yeah, that's when they get the maddest. Acrobatics with the alphabets, I gave out paddocks. And I gave out rollies and new ranges to the baddest. Plus I wear the scars from the streets, stuck in the mark of the beast. I know some brothers doing like they say, Nas talking for me. My brother Will, for real, he used to thug the thugs. I'm throwing George Washingtons, cause we them ones. Word to have, word to dealer, rest up. $500,000 on an island, all alone, I still ball. Me and Wilson put a 40 on the board at the forum like a Magic and Kareem on the floor. Pat Rally on the bench, calling plays, I just score. Calling plays, we just score. Word to have, word to dealer, Milk D. I'm top billing, cooked and sold, grab my skillet, get it? On my Urban Magic Johnson, I'm enterprising. I keep it ghetto like the hood before they gentrified it. I might burn this bitch down, left by Andre rising. I can't trust you built for Cuban links unless we tied it. I can't trust you built for Cuban links unless we tied it. I can't trust you built for none of this unless we tied it.
Yo, Hit Boy is the king of the beat thing. He does it so effortlessly, you barely even notice the beat thing. And I'm glad he shouted out Heavy D, one of my favorites.
I finally see what it all means.
What it really means. What it really means.
Yeah. The feeling of the first time seeing your name on the flyer, it just was yesterday. Picture that on the day you retire. And they still shocked and amazed I made it up higher. Cause I came up with them hot heads that played with the fire. Product of the 80s, Prada, Milan store for the lady. I'm a carnivore, constantly come with concepts to pay me. I'm responsible for their most cockiest behavior. My DNA and they G'd up ways, and they surveying. I showed them my scrotum is golden. Rap game stomach was swollen. I left these bastards on your doorsteps. Behold them. Ideas come and go away, but I already thought them. So years later, they still knew when I go record them. I done hooked up with a beast, never stingy with the beats. Experimental accident records wind up killing the streets. Black and proud shirts, white Jesus pieces on Cuban links. Silver wall chick, yo, she black and white on Egyptian sheets. And I can see the jealousy. I think they really scared of me. Do what I do and let it be. And that's the way I always been since I was 17. I finally see what this all really means. Did a double album when rap double albums was starting. They bootlegged I Am, my album I put my heart in. Nipsey met me to do a doc about it before he departed. He talked to Stout about it too, cause he was part of that project. Yeah, back then we charted with the CDs and tapes. And I still come out to fill. You either scrape or get scraped. You either in and out, you rolling or you just in the way. What this all really means, I had to reload the Drake. 80 years old, I'm still gonna have a chain, a kilo it weight. Speedos on the beach, my belly out when I landed Capri. Wearing black on designer, math on my mind. Okay, it's a while before I get there, almost past 49. I'll be on the block easy with a glass full of wine. Red chrome heart lenses to see I'm in my third prime. The Q, U, double E and S. Y'all gon' need some EMS when we drop this, and that's a bet. The feeling of the first time seeing your name on the flyer, it just was yesterday. Picture that on the day you retire. And they still shocked and amazed I made it up higher. Cause I came up with them hot heads that played with the fire. It's facts. And I can see the jealousy. I think they really scared of me. Do what I do and let it be. And that's the way I always been since I was 17. I finally see what this all really means. It's everything. From the hard times, I finally know what this all really means. The bad times, Anthony Chalet, we got a team. The better times, all mixed in between. Sunshine and rain. Yeah. Yeah. Tough people last, tough times don't. Yeah. Tough people last, tough times don't. Now I see.
So yeah, man, I agree. Dre, a lot of people, ain't gonna get it, especially on the first listen. I said it earlier. I don't know if you was in here when I said it earlier though. The first listen is not always indicative of what your overall opinion is going to be of the album. You know what I'm saying? But I just like to give the first initial reaction. Well, number one, just for the record, so I could see what my initial reaction was, and number two, um, it's just a fun thing to do. It's just a fun thing to do. But I would say this, like KD2. I don't know if I don't think I did a live reaction to it. I don't think I recorded a live reaction to it. But KD2, when it first came out, I was a little disappointed. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? But that was the only one that took me a few listens to really get into it. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard KD2, I was like, nah. KD1 was my shit off top. KD2, when I first heard it, I was like, nah. And most people say KD2 is better. But it took me a minute to warm up to KD2. So the first listen is not always, you know what I'm saying, the best thing to go off of. But that joint right there, I didn't know Nipsey was trying to do a documentary about them bootlegging Nas's album. Y'all remember that? The I Am album was supposed to be a double album. It got leaked. It came out mad early. And he had to redo the whole album last minute. And I Am, to me, is still a dope album. I still always been a fan of the I Am album, but that album received a lot of criticism from fans and critics as well. But because it got leaked early, it was supposed to be a double album at that time. And so a whole bunch of shit happened. I remember that era like it was yesterday. But I didn't know Nipsey was trying to do a documentary about it. That was interesting right there. That was an interesting take right there. What's going on, John Tate? He said this run is unprecedented. 5 albums in 3 years, all Grammy worthy. Greatest run in hip hop. Agreed. I would even say greatest run in music. I would even say greatest run in music because I can't think of another artist in another genre who has done this. It ain't just regulated to hip hop. Who's done this? Who has done this? 5 albums in 3 years at this stage in the game. Most artists don't got 5 albums of this caliber in their entire catalog. It's going to be interesting to see what people's take on this new Magic album is too, because right now, where we at? We just listened to What It Really Means, and so we got 3 more records, including the One Mic, One Gun. Most of us already heard that record, but 2 more records to listen to that we haven't heard from the album. And so far, I would say, what happened here? We having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook end. Is it possible the stream was ended or deleted on Facebook? I don't know. Something's going on. If you guys was watching this on Facebook, I don't know what's going on there, but I think it stopped streaming on Facebook. But we live on YouTube. We live on Twitter right now. And so if you're watching us on any of those platforms, type a number 7 in the chat. If you're watching us from YouTube, if you're watching us from Twitter, type a number 7 in the chat. Let us know where you're checking in, where you're watching us from. But I was saying it's going to be interesting to hear what the feedback is on this album, because so far I would say it's definitely not as good as Magic 1. It doesn't sound anything like Magic 1 either. It's totally different from anything Nas ever did. This is a whole different lane right here that he's in. But I like it. I think it's dope. Everything that I heard so far was dope. I ain't hear nothing that I would skip past or anything like that. It's just different compared to the first one. And the first one was so it was so special. He was rhyming at such a high level on every single track. It's hard. And I'm glad that he didn't try to repeat that. I'm glad that he chose to go in a different direction with the music. You know what I'm saying? And so that works for me, but I don't know how the family is going to feel. So I'm waiting to see what the reactions are going to be from the family about this Magic 2 album. Will this be the first one that actually from him and Hit Boy's catalog? Is this going to be the first one that people are disappointed in, or are people going to love it? I'm interested to see what the sentiment is going to be about this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, so far I like it, but it's definitely not as good as the first one. You saying this is number one? Nathan Massey? You saying this is number one out of all of them? Or are you saying Magic 1 was better? What are you saying? What are you saying? But let's carry on. We almost through the whole album. Let's carry on. Next song is called Slow It Down.
Every day. Like a junkie need heroin. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you were saying, Mossy. I mean, Nathan. Me number one, and you know where me from. Okay, I got it. My bad. If it would have been dropped, it definitely would have been the greatest 3 album ever. Illmatic, It Was Written, I Am. The autobiography would have been insane. They have a version of I Am autobiography on YouTube. Check it out. I don't really like to check out too much stuff that like fans be doing on YouTube, putting stuff together and all of that, making their own songs and videos and stuff. I don't really like that, to be honest. But I'll tell you my story about that I Am album, right? And so for those that don't know, I'm a barber. I've been cutting hair for ever now. But when that album came out, we had the bootleg. Well, before the album came out, we had the bootleg version of it in the barbershop, right? And I refused to listen to it. It came out months before the album actually came out. Months before the album actually dropped, the bootleg had leaked, right? And so we had it at the barbershop. People was coming in, buying it. People was riding around listening to it and all that. I would not get in your car if you was playing that. I would not come to your crib if you was playing it. I wouldn't allow them to play it at the barbershop. I didn't want to hear it. I wanted to hear what Nas was going to release and what he wanted to give us. You know what I'm saying? I refused to listen to the bootleg I Am album when it came out. And so when the album finally dropped, I was able to listen to the album that was delivered and not have to compare it in my mind with the bootleg. That's what happened with a lot of people. I feel like the I Am album received a lot of criticism because people had already been bumping the bootleg version and they liked the bootleg version. They loved the bootleg version. And so when the album came out, they was comparing it to that and they felt like, nah, this ain't it. You know what I mean? And so I didn't have that. I wasn't tainted by that because I refused to listen to it. So when the album came out, I was able to listen to it with fresh ears and I didn't have the bootleg joint to compare it to. So I listened to the album as it was delivered and I loved it. And then I went back and listened to the bootleg album. You know what I'm saying? And obviously he was doing interviews and all of that stuff at that time. He was in all of the magazines and stuff at that time. And he was talking about the album being leaked and how it was supposed to be a double album. And so I was able to hear it from that perspective with those fresh ears and that understanding. And so I love the I Am album still to this day. I still play it. I still bump it. But it would have been an incredible double album if he would have did what he initially intended to do. You know what I'm saying? With that album. Because Project Windows was on there. That ended up being on the Nostradamus album. A lot of the stuff that was on the Lost Tapes album was initially intended for that double album. And so we still got a lot of the songs, just not as a double album with the I Am autobiography joint. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. It's a toss-up. What I would prefer if we would have got that double album as he intended, because if that would have been the case, we never would have got the Lost Tapes album. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm happy with the I Am album that came out. And everybody loves the Lost Tape album. So, man plans, God laughs. That's how that goes sometimes. Man makes plans, but God just laughs. Like, nah, I got a better plan than that, homie. You know what I mean? So Slow it down.
And I'm a junkie, and that's my fix, money. You know what I'm saying? I need it every day.
Nas like the Nazca lines could only be seen from up high. Only the true understand me, but I see him as family. I saw this shit when I was 14, I counted on it. I was born adorned with a powerful poignant style they wanted. Never dissing for clout. Y'all know what this about, niggas trying to deflect from the fact people saw them fizzle out. The people saw them try to make hit songs, that went wrong. This about the money, right? Cause all that shit that been gone. Let's throw a nickel at the wishing well rappers. Watch it sink to the bottom, and I wish them all happiness. I'm in the cut, attention needers need the front. See them front, the world watching them shine, that's all they want. And I always get my cut, imagine that making you mad. I'm just a real version, they don't make them like that. Never had to get the youth to relate for the bag. And since they smarter than us, they know Nas was once they age. Made they pay grade, the youngster phase. Same mistakes, the times have changed. Trying not to touch the cage, but touch interior. In the front is the trunk, that's the custom carrier. Let's play a game, I hand you a king of diamonds. The hand is faster than the eye, check in your pocket. I snap my fingers, I'm up and smoke like the chronic. Disappear, reappear, right in front of your optics. Let's slow it down.
We leaned more into the
Was
magic.
I moving too fast for you? Let's slow it down then. If you gotta slow it down, I won't laugh at you. Let's slow it down. Slow it down. Might be moving too fast for you. Was I moving too fast for them? Slow it down. Let's slow it down. Upon closer inspection, they really are non-threatening. I bomb first and I stretch them. Instigators causing these problems, that's why I question everything and everybody that's aiming in this direction. That's why I sound like I've been spending time in the spa. Thinking about the days I first heard I became a star. Words from my A&R, I'm noticing that they notice me. Gunning a mean mug and was slow to speak. Now a whole meetings over cold sake and Kobe beef. Hockey jersey, a hoodie underneath. Set up the trust and point the trustee. Corporations is the modern day custies. My flow is the hard substance master to Bernie Grubman. The stove topping up in my company going public. I see the puppets, they moving like they the judges. But Nas and all the subjects is hard for you to catch up with. Let's slow it down. Was I moving too fast for you? Let's slow it down then. If you gotta slow it down, I won't laugh at you. Let's slow it down. Slow it down. Might be moving too fast for you. Was I moving too fast for you? Slow it down. Let's slow it down. I might be moving at light speed. I landed icy in Iceland and sightsee. This long meat on me pricey. I might perm up my shit like I'm icy American pimp. I'm on timing. Only thing that I pimp is rhyming. I made that work for me back since the 90s. That's the daily affirmations to remind me. I might be moving at light speed. To do what I'm doing's unlikely. This new urgency's perfectly hurting them. Send these suckers to emergency nightly.
Okay, Esco. And I'm not even reading the credits. Is everything 100% Hit Boy? Do y'all know if Hit Boy produced all of these joints by himself, or was there any collaborations with the production? This is on your album.
Eyes blurry saying goodbye at the cemetery. I murder niggas on wax and forget where they buried. This the hardest shit since Rakim and Eric B. Or pistols on your album cover just like BDP. Single mothers on that EBT just trying to feed their seeds. Scammers and boosters living nice off of EDD. CCTV, all the cameras will shoot you. Soon as you let a shot off it, damage your future. It's some thugs in the hood that could have been hoopers. Some good girls who turned bad who could have been super models. Some Dominicanos in Cabo. Some with the bloodline, the Lagos, Legos. So many stones in my hand just like Thanos. Eat Italiano, grazie, prego. Vibe to my music out in pride. FaceTime me and highs. It feel good to feel alive. Think I just had a breakthrough.
I know the light is bright, but keep on watching me. I know the light is bright, but keep on watching me. I'm stolen property, kicking the flavor to society.
Eyes blurry saying goodbye at the cemetery. I murder niggas on wax and forget where they buried. This the hardest shit since Rakim and Eric B. Or pistols on your album cover just like BDP. Man, it's the hardest shit since DPG, Corrupt and Daz. Nate Dogg on the hook, Dr. Dre on the track. This melody taking me back, but we pushing it forward. 187 on rappers, and yes, I'm a poet. At times I get confused, they lie in their interviews. Get goose pimples whenever I'm putting on my jewels. Bail so many brothers out, paid all their lawyer fees. After that, some turn they back, where is the loyalty? Money's lovely, but I could care less, who has more than me? I'm just happy Matula Shakur got free. May he rest in peace. He was a warrior all of his days. And time moves faster the more you get up there in age. And other news, I'm a G to the grave. I know they want to see me burnt out, depleted and drained. High blood pressure. Instead, I'm on a red page. My pupils are dilated. I throw in some dark shades. Eyes blurry saying goodbye at the cemetery. I murder niggas on wax and forget where they buried. This the hardest shit since Rakim and Eric B. Or pistols on your album cover just like BDP. I'm MC Shan with a Uzi. Pistols on your album cover just like BDP. To the hardest artists out there. Pistols on your album cover. Boogie Down Productions. I remember I put Tupac on to that Henny. Howard University. Howard Homecoming DC. He's like, what's this? He drank that shit though.
Nigga still got stories we ain't know about.
Facts. Super facts.
I ain't know about that.
Yeah. Pistols on my
album cover. At Howard University. So you put Tupac on that Henny. That's my first time doing that.
Yeah. I know the light. Peace to Matulu.
I'm
gonna get at these dudes though. History revisionists. They put themselves where they didn't dwell. I was there, so them almost shit themselves. Walked in the club where the pistol fell. I gripped my belt, shit was real. Back then when I used to ship, I'm gonna get at these dudes though. History revisionists. They put themselves where they didn't dwell. I was there, so them almost shit themselves. Walked in the club where the pistol fell. I gripped my belt, shit was real. Back then when I used to ship a meal out the gate. Different world, digital scales to record shells. A symposium with my bros in them. That mean we kick it with official bros. My journey was great but difficult. What is life if it isn't both?
Man, yo, these guys, man. The chemistry that these guys got, man, is crazy. Like, Nas just feels so free now. He just feels so free now. Like, he could just do whatever, and it's going to hit how it's going to hit. It's going to hit how it's going to hit. So really, that's the end of the album. We still got One Mic, One Gun. But again, that was a single that was released with him and 21 Savage. You know, just to clear the air about that little confusion about some of the comments that 21 had made after the KD3 album dropped. Because I think KD3 dropped at the same time as 21 Savage and Drake's album. I think those came out around the same time. So that's when 21 said some comments that a lot of people was taken aback by. But Nas, like I said, he did the OG thing and got on the track, and they did the One Mic, One Gun joint. And they just threw that on here just so they could count those streams. For those that don't know, the streams that song already accumulated is going to count toward the overall streams of this new Magic album. So that was really a business move to throw that on here. And so really that was the last track on the album. But we're going to listen to One Mic, One Gun since they included it. You know what I mean?
Ain't no back and forth, ain't no left or right. 21. I got King's disease, but I move like a knight. 21. Rappers bandwagon trying to get some light. 21. I do it for the fam, never for the hype. 21. When you turn a legend, no such thing as relevant. They must have forgotten that I'm a new rapper that got integrity. 21. All in the media and blogs, that's just a place I don't care to be. 21. Most of these niggas wouldn't say shit if they was ahead of me.
No back and forth, I did it back then, I do it right now. I opened a lane for my era, I'm goated, they gave me the crown. Go with all the success, come negative press, I'm watching it pal. They saying that black music dying, I'm saying they right on the south. But look at me now, damn y'all, look at me now. Whatever I do isn't why, I'm keeping it Queens, cause that's my side. I shook up the town, I shook up the city, I shook up the state. I went 21 on my second run, that shit come with age. It's a conversation, it's determination, your interpretation. I just shocked the nation. Did my tour with the Woo, I came back and I set the pace. Fate is red and what about Crip that took what I replaced it. Two Caucasians, so part of their faces. Most of y'all assume that they was black as exploitation. They know that I see everything invested in ring. It's cool to be mainstream. I'd rather be timeless. That's if we keep it in P. 21.
I'm on that same trajectory. Bullet wounds and jail cells couldn't stop me. This my destiny. Never controversial. I'm mad the fans expected less from me. Niggas sneeze around me, wipe his nose, don't get no bless from me. Fuck the jury, I'd rather buy land and invest successfully. I got all type of stocks and bonds, can hit they Wiley on my wall and I'ma pass it to my son. It's savage like the capo, that mean Escobar the done. One mic, one gun. My net worth like 8 figures. I'm working on getting me 9. You know that I'm one of them niggas. I ain't doing no cap in the line. You rappers be chasing the hype. I do it and I don't be trying. I ain't going against no legend, nigga. I'm trying to be next in line. They acting like I just popped. I was platinum before I signed. I went platinum without no features. I put platinum on your mind. This Glock I got two-tone, and this bitch don't bust no rhyme. They wanna see me flip so they could deport me like I'm Shine.
No back and forth. I did it back then. I do it right now. They telling me that I'm the GOAT. I've been here for a while. Go, love me today. Hate me tomorrow. No switching my style. 21 yet, y'all get together, be big for the South. Glow, but look at me now, damn y'all, look at me now. Whatever I do is New York, you hear that shit all in my vowels. I shook up the town, I shook up the city, I shook up the state. I'm one of them ones, on my second run, I'm on a new wave. 2 kings, we sending love to the whole culture. 21 Esco, Mass Appeal, Slaughter Gang. This shit too easy. Yeah.
All right, man. So, anybody want to hop on? I know it's still early in the morning. Some of y'all still ain't brushed your teeth yet. But if anybody got time, click on the link. Hop on right now. I would love to hear your feedback from the album. But let me just tell y'all. For me, let me just tell you. Let me take this off of here real quick and switch this up a little bit. I don't like that one either. I don't like that. I don't like let me see. Which one is better? How about this? Not really. I might as well put the album back up there then, right? Might as well put the album back up there. Boom. All right, cool. So let me just tell y'all, off the first listen, the album is dope. It's a good album. It's not a great album. It's not blow your mind out of this world. It's not that. It's not that. It's not KD3. It's not the first Magic. Those ones were blow your mind out of this world type of albums. Those were instant classics in my opinion. And I still listen to them. I still bump them. I'm going to be bumping this. I'm going to be riding to this. I definitely like it. It's more to unpack. Obviously, you know, Nas has always been a multi-layered lyricist and an MC where, you know, the first listener would never do an artist like Nas justice. But just off of the first listen, I would say if we're going to use the mic rating system, you know what I'm saying? Remember the Source mic rating system? It's not no 5 mics. It's not. I wouldn't even give it. Which one was solid? I think 3.5 mics meant solid. Let me go back. Let me see if I can get the Source definitions on the mic system. Okay. Let me see. Ratings from 1 to 5 mics, paralleling a typical 5-star rating scale. Album that is rated at 4 and 4.5 or 5 mics is considered by the Source to be a superior hip hop album. So they're saying 4, 4.5, or 5 mics is a superior hip hop album. So I wouldn't give it that. I would say 3.5 mics. Off the first listen, I would say 3.5 mics. And I think 3.5 means like it's a solid album. It's a solid album. It's definitely not nowhere near whack. Definitely not nowhere near whack. But I wouldn't say it's a superior album either. I wouldn't say it's a superior. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece. And I wouldn't say it's a classic. And so that's how I think it goes. Like 3 mics, It's like, it's okay. 3.5 means it's solid. It's a solid album. 4 mics means it's a superior album. 4.5 mics means it's a masterpiece. 5 mics means it's a classic. And so I would say it's solid. Off the first listen, I would just say it's solid. It's better than mediocre. It's above average, but it's not superior. It's right in between there. You know what I'm saying? And so to compare it to the first Magic album, nah, it's not fucking with the first Magic album. The first Magic album is either it's a masterpiece. A lot of people would consider it to be a classic. To me, in order to be a hip hop classic, it has to have a certain impact on the culture. It has to be like a milestone in the culture that you could mark the times by that album. You know what I'm saying? Like Doggy Style. You know what I'm saying? You remember that era. You know it was 1993. You know what I'm saying? When Doggy Style came out, or when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, it marked that time, the early 2000s, that era. You know what I'm saying? That's a classic. And so an album could be just as good as a Doggy Style or Get Rich or Die Trying or Only Built for Cuban Links and still not be a classic because it doesn't impact the culture that way. And so in that case, I would call that a masterpiece, right? And so I think that's how I categorize the first Magic as a masterpiece. It's a Nas classic. It's a classic within Nas's catalog, but it's not a hip hop classic because it didn't have that strong impact on the culture where you could mark the times by Magic. You know, Nas fans, we remember it came out Christmas Eve in 2021 unexpectedly. You know what I'm saying? So for us Nas fans, it's a classic, but just as a hip hop classic, I don't think I could call it that, but it's a masterpiece. This album right here is just a solid album to add to the collection of what they already laid down, Nas and Hit Boy. That's how I would rate it off the first listen. If you're comparing it to all albums been dropped in 23, it's superior, yeah. Nas gets penalized for being compared to himself and his previous work. That's true too. That's true. If it's not Illmatic, then it's trash. Usually that's how people rate Nas. If it ain't Illmatic, it's trash. All right. But nah, I'm just trying to be as fair as possible, unbiased as possible. You know what I'm saying? As a big Nas fan, I ain't gonna overrate it. You know what I'm saying? My honest opinion off the first listen, I would just say it's solid. And of course, we got to compare it to Magic 1 because this is Magic 2. So that's a fair comparison to make. You know what I'm saying? And that Magic 1, that's hard to duplicate. That's very hard to duplicate. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like we're gonna get another one. He talking about doing 2 series at once, multitasking and all that. It sounds like we're gonna get another Magic album. And I think we're gonna get a KD4. So it doesn't sound like these brothers is about to stop working no time soon. And so as a fan, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you, Nas. Thank you, Hit Boy, for the contribution. Now, you said as far as the albums that came out in 2023, it's superior. It's not better than Killer Mike's album. It's not better than Killer Mike's album. That Michael album, that's a superior album. That Killer Mike album, now that is 4.5 mics. What else came out? I didn't listen to everything that came out, but what else came out? Let's take a look. Let's take a look real quick. Let's take a look. Go home. Let's see what else came out in 2023. Suggested new albums. Okay, so these joints just dropped. I didn't get to listen to none of those yet. But let me see. Let me see here. Come on, what is all this? Popular albums. Her Loss, that wasn't this year, right? The Gunna album, I ain't listened to the whole Gunna album, but I've been hearing good things about Gunna's album, to be honest. I listened to the Thug album. I only listened to it once. I didn't go back to it. I ain't really like it that much. Didn't listen to Moneybagg Yo. Who else came out this year? I didn't listen to Lil Uzi Vert. Don't plan on listening to it. But this Killer Mike album is crazy. That Killer Mike album, that's probably the best release of 23. Dirk album, I only listened to it one time. Nothing special about that. What else? Let me go to albums that I got saved here. I didn't finish listening to this Dave East album yet. Y'all see, I've been on my Ice Cube shit heavy lately. I've been listening to all the classic Ice Cube shit. Let me go to albums though. What came out this year? I like Coyle Ray's album. I actually like Coyle Ray's album. I think her album is pretty dope. Surfer Drown, that's the one Hit Boy did with his pops. That was just cool. The first Surfer Drown, I think, was this year. I think that first Surfer Drown was this year. That one was dope. I like what Hit Boy did with that first Surfer Drown album. But this one right here, part 2, that was just cool. It was just nothing special about that. Let me see what else came out this year as far as hip hop. This Janelle Monáe came out this year, but we talking about hip hop. What else? Because this Soft 2 EP came out. If we going beyond hip hop, this Soft 2 EP came out. This is a classic. Summer Walker joint, she dropped a classic. Nas was on the Transformer soundtrack with Toby and Wigway, which I thought about that song. That song was pretty dope. Won't He Do It was this year by Conway the Machine. I didn't go back to it. It's not something that I bumped over and over again. I liked it. I remember liking it. I listened to it, but I didn't go back to it. Not to say that I won't go back to it. I definitely need to go back to it to give my honest opinion about it. But I only listened to that once. This EP that Swiss put out, Nas was on there too. This was a throwaway, in my opinion. That was a throwaway. I didn't listen to this Onyx album. Onyx dropped in 23. I didn't listen to that. IDK, I like him as an artist, and I need to listen to his album too, but I haven't listened to that yet. This one, Black Thought, this is a superior album too. He did this album with El Michelle's Affair. If you haven't heard that, I would definitely recommend checking out this Black Thought album. That's a superior album. I think out of all of the songs, and me and RP was talking about this too. This is interesting. So everybody's been acknowledging the run that Nas and Hit Boy has been on, right? But at the same time, Black Thought has been on a run of his own, right? And a lot of people rate Black Thought very high. A lot of people who are into lyricism, they rate Black Thought very high. And a lot of people there are certain people, I ain't gonna say a lot of people there, but there are certain people who would say that Black Thought is nicer than Nas. Black Thought is nicer than Jay-Z, or he's on par with those type of MCs, right? And so my thing is, and me and RP was talking about this the other day, at the same time Nas has been on this run with Hit Boy, Black Thought has been on his own run with various top-notch producers. He did an album with this one is with El Michelle's Affair, and I think this is the best one out of all of them. But other than this one, he did an album with Salaam Remi. He did an album with Danger Mouse. That one is fire too. I think those are the top two. This one with El Michelle's Affair and the one with Danger Mouse. I think those are top two. But who else he did? He did Ninth Wonder, I think. Ninth Wonder. Let me make sure I ain't giving out no false information. I think it was Ninth Wonder that did one of these. Let's go. Let's go to his joints. What happened? Go to artists. Are we here already? What happened? Why it's not doing it? Oh, okay, here we go. No, okay, it took me to El Michelle's Affair. It's not where I wanted to go. Okay, yeah, so Black Thought. He got the Danger Mouse joint. Streams of Thought. Is this? I think this is Salaam Remi. No, Salaam Remi did this one. Who did this one? Pusha T and Killer Mike and all of them is on here. Who produced this one? Sean C. Sean C. Hold on. Sean C. Oh, I think. Okay. So Sal Dali and Sean C. They did this one, and I don't remember if I heard this one. I think I got to go back and listen to this one. I don't remember if I heard this one right here, but I think he also did one with No ID, right? I think No ID produced one too. But what I'm saying is, my point is, at the same time, Nas has been on this unprecedented run. Black Thought has been on a run of his own, and I don't think you can compare what Black Thought has put out there compared to what Nas has put out there. I think Nas is, his run is, these albums that he put out are way more superior than what we've gotten from Black Thought. And Black Thought is incredible. He's worked with some of the dopest producers on these projects, but it hasn't been on the same level of what Nas and Hit Boy have been doing. So I think that whole argument is dead. Comparing Black Thought to Nas, I think that argument is dead. Love Black Thought, respect Black Thought. He's amazing. He's incredible. He's not Nas though. It's different. He's not Nas. Sorry, but this is a superior album for this year. This El Michelle's Affair album that he did, The Glorious Game, yeah, it's better than this Magic 2. I put it above this Magic 2 album as far as a body of work. What else came out in 23? That was it, right? That was it, I think. Well, this came out in 2023. In case you didn't know, this is probably the best album that came out in 2023. As a matter of fact, can I spotlight that? Am I able to spotlight this? How can I? Let me see. Is it this one? Oh, no. I think I gotta go here, right? Boom. So Nas on that Motion track is crazy. Yeah, that Motion one was crazy. What was the other one? I'll go back to it in a second. I'll tell y'all what my favorites are. That is true. We need to elevate both Black and Nas. He ain't Nas though, like you said. Nah, yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible, but I just want that type of talk to stop. There's levels to this shit. There's definitely levels to this shit. But yeah, just in case you didn't know, this was the best rap album that came out in 2023. It's called The Master's Table. It's by DJ RP Beats and Sincere Love to God. So if you haven't already, you need to go stream this album today. The Master's Table. After you listen to the new Nas joint, The Magic, you know what I mean? After you let that soak in, make sure you go stream The Master's Table by DJ RP Beats and Sincere Love to God. This is the best rap release of the year. After this one, I would say Killer Mike. And then probably that Black Thought album. You know what I'm saying? But I think, to be honest, I think we're gonna get another Nas Hit Boy release this year. I don't even think it's gonna wait another year. I think KD4 is already loaded in the chamber, and they probably gonna release that before the year is over. That's what I think. I think KD3 is already in the chamber, and they probably gonna release that this year. Right? So going back to this album right here, let me tell y'all what my favorite joint was so far. This is just the first listen. I like Office Hours. This is not in particular order, but the standout tracks to me is Office Hours with 50 Cent, Motion, Slow It Down. Slow It Down. I think Slow It Down might be number one so far for me. I think the Slow It Down joint. But I like every song. There was no bad songs on here. There was no bad songs on here. It lacks something for me to call it a superior album off of the first listen. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just off of the first listen. But there's something, I don't know exactly what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but it's lacking something to be considered a superior album. I don't think it's that. I just think it's a solid album. I think it's a good addition to their catalog that they've built. And I think we're going to get another one. I think KD4 is coming right around the corner, to be honest. I think KD4 is coming right around the corner. And I don't think this is the last Magic album, but we'll see. Abracadabra, yeah. Abracadabra's fire. The motion track is fire. Magic 1 better than 2. Yeah, I agree. Magic 1 is definitely better. Magic 1 Magic 1 is one of Nas' best albums, period. So that's hard to compare to. That's hard. It's hard to duplicate that. You can compare Magic to Illmatic. You can compare Magic to Stillmatic. It's up there with his best albums. Whatever Nas' best albums is, his top 3 albums, you gotta have Magic in there. All right. Illmatic, it was written Magic, something like that. It's up there. It's up there. Top 3, top 5. So it's hard. It's hard to compete with that one right there. Ain't too many ain't too many artists got 2 of those in their catalog. Ain't too many artists got 2 of those in their catalog. That first Magic was crazy. This one is not that, but it's still good though. Not mad at it at all. Definitely gonna be bumping this for the rest of the weekend. What you guys got planned? What you guys got planned? Like I was saying earlier, for those of y'all that wasn't here, me and my brother DJ RP Beats are gonna be on Judge Joe Brown show later on today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's Eastern Standard Time. Let me double check that. Make sure you got the right information. Yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be on the Judge Joe Brown show. Make sure y'all tune in to that. And again, you guys could call up, call in, give shout outs, ask questions or whatever. You call the number 929-477-1167. So Judge Joe Brown show today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The phone number to call in is 929-477-1167. And there goes the phone number right there. Put it in the chat. And there it is right there on your screen. 929-477-1167. Judge Joe Brown show today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sincere love to God, DJ RP Beats. We're going to be talking about the Masters table and all of that good stuff. Make sure that y'all tune in. Make sure that y'all call up. All right. Also, this coming Sunday, which is what, the 23rd, we are going to be on Rappers Out of Control show on Shade 45, Sirius XM satellite radio. Me and DJ RP Beats and my son Zelo are going to be appearing on the Rappers Out of Control show on Shade 45, Sirius satellite XM radio. And that's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all tune in for that. I don't have the phone number in front of me that y'all could call in for that show, but I believe you could also call up for that show as well. And so you guys make sure y'all check us out for that as well. Infamous Hicks said Illmatic is overrated to me. Wow. I don't know. I would love to hear why you feel that way. I don't know if I ever heard that before. Now, Illmatic is special, man. How old are you, by the way? Mr. Hicks, how old are you, by the way? He said, I think Illmatic is overrated. How old are you? I need to know how old you are so I can properly assess that statement. I think people were expecting boom bap or something similar to Magic 1, but if you follow Nas, he always wants to try something different. I will give this 4.5. Okay, no doubt. No doubt. Now, Big Lebowski, I respect your opinion on that, but give me your definition of 4.5. What does 4.5 mean to you? How do you define a 4.5 album? Like, to me, I said 4.5 means it's a masterpiece. That's what 4.5 means to me. 4.5 means it's not a classic because it didn't impact the culture. It didn't mark the times, but it was a good enough album to be a classic. So I just call it a masterpiece and give it 4.5. And so, like I said, 4 means superior. 4.5 means it's a masterpiece, and 5 means it's a classic. So give me your definition of 4.5 since you rated it at a 4.5. And you're saying you gave it a 4 over 5. Oh, say, okay, so 4. So what does 4 mean to you? Yeah, I'm the only one taking risks. I agree with that. Yes, indeed. Ain't too many artists doing that. I'm still waiting for Infamous Hicks. How old are you, brother? And Lebowski, give me your definition of 4 mics. And we getting ready to get out of here, but I just wanna get that feedback from the family in the chat real quick. We getting ready to get up out of here, go enjoy the rest of the day. I got family reunion this weekend. I'm up here in New York with the fam. Got family reunion this weekend, so I'm gonna be chilling out with the fam, you know, making it do what it do. But also, like I said, today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and RP Beats will be appearing on Judge Joe Brown Show. And this Sunday, at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be on Shade 45 on Sirius Satellite Radio on the Rappers Out of Control show. Shout out to DJ Ease. Shout out to DJ Riz. They're going to be having a song. And so I don't know if these guys left the chat, but they're not responding. I don't know if Big Lebowski still here. Infamous Hicks. I don't know if they still here, but they're not responding. I know there's a little bit of delay in the chat, so I'm trying to give a couple minutes to respond. Big Lebowski said Infamous Hicks is bugging. He said Infamous Hicks is bugging because Infamous Hicks said Illmatic is overrated. Nah, Illmatic is not overrated. Illmatic cracked the atom in rap. Illmatic cracked the atom in rap. It can't be overrated. It changed everything. You have before Illmatic and you have post Illmatic. It can't be overrated. You know what I'm saying? But all right, we got to get out of here. I guess they bounced, or I don't know. But I appreciate y'all tuning in with me today, man. I was supposed to do this last night. I fell asleep on my old nigga shit, but I appreciate y'all rocking with me this morning. That's my initial reaction to the Nas album, man. That's how I feel about it so far. But again, I'm gonna be bumping it, and I'm sure my opinion will change and evolve as I listen to it more. Okay, Lebowski said 4 means good, but not great, and definitely not superior. Okay, so we got different definitions of 4, so I think I agree with your opinion. I said 3.5, and I define 3.5 the same way you define 4. So I think we have the same opinion. 4 means, to me, 4 means superior. 3.5 means it's solid. It's a good album. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's what this is. That's what this is. I don't think it's superior. I don't think it's a classic, but it's solid. It's a good album. All right. And so I'll see y'all a little bit later on the Judge Joe Brown Show. Hope y'all all tune in for that. And this Sunday on Sirius Satellite XM, Shade 45, Rappers Out of Control. I hope everybody tunes in for that as well. Other than that, I will see you guys on the other side. Peace. And no, you guys got to remember, I always got to remind y'all, I am not the master teacher. I am only the master student and signal booster for the voices of the new Black media. With that being said, I'm out of here, family. Peace and Black love.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.